Alright folks, Cornell with YouTube Fishing Vids. I am on a new lake and I've been sitting, chilling, enjoying myself on an absolutely gorgeous day, and I've been out here for hours. This is going to be the not first fish I've ever caught. Last week I came out here to Raystown Lake, the biggest lake in Pennsylvania, and I have got myself a lake trout. The first lake trout I have ever caught in my life, and it's a good one, guys. It's an absolute beauty on a blade bait. So I gotta get my net out. I have been given the order to bring home one for the dinner plate because I've never eaten a lake trout. This is certainly a good one, guys. This is a good one for the first lake trout I've ever caught. Let me get myself a net. Man, this is a beautiful fish. I've been bottom bouncing. I've been seeing fish, and I've been on a search and find mission to hunt these things down. This is a beauty, guys. This is a really good fish one for my first lake trout ever. I am real happy with this one. A lot of guys out here trolling, a lot of guys out here jigging, but that's it, guys. My first ever lake trout. Can you believe that? All the local lakes, not the local lakes I should say, all the lakes I've been fishing, going after smallies in the fall and in the winter, have been 100% drained. I mean, when I say 100% drained, way, way low, to the point where I could not get this kayak in. But here I am up at Raystown, 8,000 acres, I believe. Big, big lake. Lake trout, stripers, species galore. And let me get this thing going. Give me a second and I'll show off a little bit to you. Folks, is that not the most beautiful thing? What a gorgeous fish. I've never actually touched one of these. This is the first time I've ever had my hands on a lake trout, and they are slimy and they have teeth and they are beautiful. So that one's coming home with me. I've never had one, never eaten one, so we're gonna go ahead and get that one on a stringer. We're gonna see if we can catch a few more of these today. I have pretty much everything when it comes to the arsenal for bass, for lake trout, jigs, blade baits, jerk baits, but there it is, folks, my very first ever lake trout. So I've been out of the mix for a while because I've done a lot of tournament fishing this year. It's been an absolutely incredible year of tournament bass fishing. I fished 2 MLF BFL divisions, Piedmont and Shenandoah. Did extremely well in those. Jumped in on a couple Toyota series, the St. Lawrence River and the Potomac. Wish I had fished Champlain. That would have been awesome because I did well in both of those too. Probably could have made it to the championship, but it kept me off the local bodies of water. The time that I had to fish was put into those tournaments. And yes, sadly, I don't do videos when I'm tournament fishing. I am focused and I am hardcore trying to do something out there on the water, and that GoPro and all that jazz is just a little bit too distracting. But finally, the tournament season's over. Here I am on a brand new lake. Fished it one time before last week just to kind of test the waters. Hooked one smallmouth, a little white perch. Had one lake trout on, I think. I looked at him for a minute, but it got off. But I had to come back up here and get a little redemption on what I thought was a lake trout with a lake trout. Got the first one ever. It's a good one. And all I'm doing right now with the 7-foot medium action rod, 10-pound test braid on a little Stratic CI4 3000 series, 10-pound test fluorocarbon lever, just a 1/2 ounce blade bait, a steel shad blade bait. Let me show it to you. Nothing to it. I've got myself a 3/4 ounce Hopkins spoon up there. I could probably use a little bit heavier, but it gets down there just fine. And I'm marking fish still. I still see something down there, but this is the steel shad and a 1/2 ounce. You probably see me fish this before, especially in a 1/4 ounce, real tiny, dainty little thing on those lakes up in the mountains of Maryland. But there it is, guys. Just a little steel shad. Great, great little blade bait. Any blade bait will probably work out here. But just dropping down vertically with it and the Hopkins spoon. In this case, I'm just throwing out into about 50, 60 feet of water, bringing it uphill under this little hump where I've seen fish, and I'm just covering water a little bit more. And that's how I got the first lake trout of my life. Pretty darn cool, and it was a good one. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can get a few more of those today. There's some other things I might want to do, jerk bait fishing, but I mean, you see it, dead calm. I mean, absolutely placid calm and beautiful. I mean, 65, 67 degrees out here, second week in November in Pennsylvania, of all things. Pretty awesome. Oh my gosh, guys, I got another one. Oh, he gets off. Oh my gosh. I think I'm in the right spot though. That's a big deal. That's a big deal to get bite number 2. I'm just sitting here chilling, just relaxing and hopping this blade bait and got a bite. So I was worried it might be, it might still be just a one-hit wonder today. Like I said, hours and hours of just running around trying to find groups of fish, and then, you know, just seek and find mission, hunting them down and dropping to them. And that's another bite, so that's a good sign. I'm going to stick it out. I'm not far from the boat ramp, and I got a couple hours of fishing left, so if we can get one more or more, it'd be a heck of a day. All right, folks, that's going to do it. That beautiful sun is dipping behind the mountains here in Pennsylvania, Raystown Lake. Pulled it off today, guys. I got my first lake trout ever. That was my mission, and that's all I was hoping to do, and that's what I did. So I'm heading back to the ramp. I got about a 2.5 hour ride home. I'm going to go home happy. It was a one-hit wonder today, but with all the effort to get that one lake trout, I'm a happy man. So, folks, as always, I appreciate you joining me. As always, I appreciate you subscribing. Until we meet again, over and out.